Oftentimes, weight loss surgery patients face a barrage of other people's opinions, whether it's about the actual operation itself, about your weight loss, about telling you what you should and shouldn't eat, or that maybe you look like you aren't losing enough weight, or that you've lost too much weight. We all deal with it at one point or another. So stick around and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Hi, welcome to the page. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, I'm Jen, and this is my genuine journey. I am a bariatric patient, and I had gastric sleeve surgery in November of 2017, and I wanted to talk today about other people's opinions. I think for a lot of people who have had issues with their weight, other people's opinions have had kind of a big effect on our life. You know, whether it was contributing to our weight gain because we didn't feel good enough, or tried to bury ourselves under the extra weight. A lot of times we just let what other people think have a really huge effect on us. And for many of us, making the decision to have bariatric surgery is one of the first things we've ever really done for ourselves. But when you make that decision, a lot of times that means other people are going to be jumping in with their opinions. Of course, the most common one that we all kind of wait for is, well, surgery is the easy way out. Okay, it's not. That's plain and simple answer. I'm kind of the opinion that you don't really need to explain a lot. Just tell them to spend 10 minutes online looking up what you have to do to even get bariatric surgery and what you have to do to be successful after bariatric surgery. If they still think it's the easy way out, then there's just not going to be any talking to them or convincing them one way or another. But honestly, when it comes down to it, you don't owe anyone an explanation. You know, anyone who really looks into it will quickly find out that it takes a lot of discipline. Your tool definitely helps you in the beginning of your journey. But if you don't learn the discipline along with that for exercising and eating correctly and dealing with your mental side of things, then the surgery won't be any more successful than anything else in the long run. Excuse me, of course, since I'm doing a video, there's a plane going over my head. But the fact of the matter is, it's not an easy way out, but it's also not their decision. Would you love the support of the people around you? Absolutely. But in the end, it has to be your choice. And my big thought on this is, if people really care about you, then they want you to be healthy and happy. And they don't have to agree with how you go about it, but they can still support you anyways. So, as far as I'm concerned, if someone can't manage that, they weren't really my friend to begin with. So, they could be on their way. It's a hard line, but I think I'm worth it. You know, I deserve to be happy and healthy, and so do you. There's a lot of other things that go in there too. Sometimes you have people who feel like they can't connect with you anymore because so much of our social lives are connected to eating out, you know, or having barbecues or family dinners, or, you know, a lot of it is about food and drink. Now, you can still do those things. At first, you may have to cut back. After that, it's kind of up to you. You know, you can find places like when you know you're going out with some friends, find out what restaurant you're going to ahead of time. And that way you can kind of look up the menu, see what's available, and make your decision before you even go. And, people are probably going to comment because you're not going to be drinking anything while you're eating. You probably, especially if you're in your first year out, won't be having alcoholic drinks. And you're not obviously going to be able to eat all that much. And you'll be, either splitting with someone or taking the rest home or both. But, that's just, there's no reason to be embarrassed by that. Like, you can still go out and have fun. And, when people ask, just say, yeah, I get full really easily now. So, that's just how my diet is now. I think we put too much thought into explaining ourselves. Like, you don't owe anyone an explanation. We can talk about these relationships ad nauseum. You're also going to have people who are going to get jealous, or maybe they've always seen you as the fat friend or the thick relative or whatever. And so it's going to strike them as odd. But I think a lot of it has to be in our own thinking. Like, don't get offended too easily. Change is a part of life. And the people who are there for good are going to learn to roll with those changes. And the people who can't, unfortunately, will just move on. But I think that it's worth it, You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. And you don't have to take things too personally. Like, you don't have to answer questions, but you can. Like, don't be offended or feel like you have something to be ashamed of or to hide or anything. Just feel free to be open and answer questions without taking it to heart. Like, they may just be curious. But if it makes you uncomfortable, just say, that's just how I eat now. And dismiss it. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Also, you got to keep in mind that if you have been a certain way, most of your life, all of your life, then it's going to seem weird to people. Like, we recently found a picture of me at my heaviest weight. It was pretty shocking. Obviously, we all knew I was heavy, but when you look at it now, I don't think any of us realized I was as big as I really was. Like, when you're around someone and you love them or care about them, they just are who they are. You don't necessarily think about it, And so, to see you going through such a drastic change just seems weird to them. And they're used to a certain look for you. So, if they think you're losing too much weight, try not to get offended by that. You can say, I'm fine. You can say nothing. Or you can just say, it is really weird to, see my face looking so thin or to notice my collarbones and stuff, because that's never really been how I've looked to anyone else. But trust me when I tell you that I've talked to my doctors and I'm in the, right weight range for my height and build. You can easily explain it. I don't think people really mean it in a bad way. They've just grown to know you looking a certain way. So when all of that physical change happens so quickly, it seems strange to them. It seems off to them. It's not necessarily a thing about jealousy or, anything to put you down. It's just very strange for them to see such a huge change in such a short amount of time. So take their concern, with a grain of salt. Just don't let it get to you. So, basically what this is all kind of boiling down to is people are going to have their opinions. And I think, number one, we change our own thinking and realize we don't have to be bothered by the things that people say. Like, in the end, it's no one else's business. Most of the time, it's really just coming from concern. And you can explain it and help them understand if that's what you're comfortable with. But if you're not, the other part of that is that you owe no one any explanations. So I'm really curious, do other opinions bother you sometimes? How do you handle it? I haven't had too many opinions on it. I have a couple of people who are like, well, I don't think that, once you get to this weight, I don't think you should go any lower. And I'm like, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm aiming for what my doctors think is a healthy range for me. But, I think, we just got to relax about it a little bit, not take it so personally. And if it really bothers you, then just don't answer. Tell them you don't owe them an explanation. So let me know your opinions on all of this, because it seems like something that happens to everyone, and people really get bothered by it, and they really don't know how to approach it or what to say. So, I think relax or just don't answer. That's, my outlook on it. But I want to know what you think. What's really bothered you, or what's made you feel self-conscious? How have you handled other people's opinions on this journey? And, have you lost any friends or anyone who just couldn't see their way to supporting you? So I'd really like to know. Leave me some comments, and maybe we'll pick this up and talk about it in a live video down the road. So thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Hope you're having a great week. And I will be back on Friday with some Q&A. So if you have any questions about me personally, whether it's about my weight loss, my health journey, or just me personally, go ahead, drop them in the comments, or send me a private message on any of the social media sites. Genuine Journey, spelling is below, and I'm on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. So just inbox me with your questions, and I will be back on Friday with your answers. All right, take care, and thanks for stopping by.